Hi, I'm Rob from the Mini Guitar Society, and this is why I never want to sell a guitar that I might someday want to play. You know, there are some guitars that we just connect with immediately. We can't really explain it. We walk into a shop, we pick it up out of a case, and it just seems like we've come home. It immediately fits into our hands. And some, well, not so much. And it's awful when we realize that after we've gotten them back to the house, after we've gotten them back to the studio, or we've left the parking lot where we've met up with some stranger from Marketplace. Some of the guitars in this room, they connected right away. And some took me about 6 months to really figure out. Some required a whole lot of modification. And others, well, after a pretty significant length of time, I'm still trying to struggle with. And if you don't understand that, it's really hard for me to explain it. But one example that I can give you is this guitar. This is an MS-100, commonly known now as Missy. And I bought her and I didn't like her. And then I sold her. And I gave one to a friend of mine, and he talked about what a great guitar it was, and I found myself missing her. So when she showed up on Facebook not too far after that, and she was for sale by the guy that bought her from me, I made an offer, and I was able to buy her back. So I got her into the studio, and I got it set up right, and I did some little bit of alteration of the neck, and I changed some electronics out, and I put new pickups in that were more to my liking. And now she's no longer on the bottom of the list. She's no longer available for resale. And hopefully she'll be here for quite some time. That guitar taught me that sometimes our tastes and our guitars, well, they're seasonal. And part of that is because we guitarists and musicians tend to be quite moody people. When I first started playing, I was a Strat guy, single pickup, humbucking pickup in the back. And then I became a Strat guy with a single coil in the neck. And then I became a Strat guy that did single coil, single coil, single coil. And then I shifted to try single cuts for a while, and I tried different kinds of single cuts. And then I shifted to minis, and I did the double cutaways and the single cuts. And then after that, for a while, I shifted to offsets. And I, honestly, we're so temperamental, we're so fickle when it comes to guitars that I just can't see myself selling something that may come back around again. What really brought this to the forefront was this guitar. This is now known as Money, and you haven't seen this version. Well, you may have in a clip, but the workings and everything don't come out for a while. This guitar, when I first picked it up, I've tried a lot of different things. I've tried three different kinds of pickups. I've tried different pots in it, and I finally went through the process of swapping out a neck for it and putting a maple neck from one of the tellies. You can kind of tell by the cut that this came from one of the CNZ Telecasters. And it changed the way that I interacted with the guitar. Now, I still don't play it that much, and maybe that's a shame. Maybe that's on me. But the other day, somebody made me an offer. How much would you take for it? Now, normally when that happens, the first thing that I think of is, okay, well, how much do I have in it? How much were the pots? How much were the pickups? What about the neck swap? All that kind of stuff. Can I get enough out of it to build another one or move myself on the way? Would I rebuild it this way if I had the opportunity? And I realized while all that was kind of bouncing around in my head, or starting to at least, there was this very infantile, very strong voice that said, no. And I realized it's not for sale. I may not play it a lot now. Part of that is I'm not that familiar with the P90s. I don't really know how to use them compared to the single coil or the humbucking pickups, but I want to explore it. Enough to the point where I've got my steel saddles on here. I've pretty much got the tremolo decked, and so I'm ready when the season hits to pick this up and start playing. And it may not be now, but I know that season is going to come. So until then, I don't think I'm going to be able to let a guitar like this go. Because while I might not play it every day now, I know there's going to come a day where I'm going to want to play it. And I'm going to miss it. And if it's not here, then I'll have to replace it. Like I did the Minion. Like I did the Mark III. Like I have with every other guitar that I've let go out of here, except for a couple. So the temptation may be to exchange a guitar that I'm not playing today for cash, but I may want to play it someday. So I'll just hang on to it, because the seasons change, our tastes change, and we may decide, yeah, that's the sound I'm looking for. Anyway, you do you. I'll try to figure out me. This has been Rob for the Mini Guitar Society, and this has been why I won't sell a guitar that I may someday want to play.